Hello fam! And this is your boy GeekGhostGamerTop on the microphone. And we have an exciting Street Fighter VI trailer for y'all. Tifa Lockhart is in Street Fighter VI. Just let that sink in for a moment. The rumors that we all brushed off as fanfiction were actually true. Capcom and Square Enix appeared on stage at Summer Game Fest and unveiled what might just be the most hype-inducing, internet-breaking reveal in the history of modern fighting games. But this is more than just the crossover to end all crossovers. This is a complete Year 4 trailer, and it's jam-packed with 4 characters who are set to define the next year of Street Fighter VI. We have 2 brand new fighters, a familiar face from World Tour making a return that I don't think anyone saw coming, and of course, the main event herself. So today, we're doing a full, deep dive analysis. We are going frame by frame through this insane reveal. We'll break down the other characters, Yasmine, Arjun, and Bosch. And then we're dedicating a huge portion of this video to Tifa Lockhart. And you better believe we're going to talk about that shocking final shot, because it has implications that could change everything. Let's get into it. Alright, I'm pulling up the trailer now. The first thing that jumps out is the theme, Unbridled Strength. That's the tagline for Year 4. And it immediately sets the tone. Capcom isn't messing around. This isn't about small, incremental updates. This is about power. Let's start the beginning of the trailer, fam. So, the trailer opens up with the familiar Capcom logo, but it looks different and anime-y. And as the Capcom logo turns, we see Ingrid with a book and her monoid. As we look through the trailer, the first character we get a good, though brief look at is Yasmine. The trailer shows her in what appears to be a new stage, possibly set in the Philippines, which aligns with her background. We see quick cuts of her moving with a karambit knife. This is a huge deal. A character with a bladed weapon who isn't just using it for a single special move is a big deal in Street Fighter. The animation looks fluid, almost like a dance, and incredibly fast. The vibe is less about raw power and more about deadly precision. The trailer gives her a summer 2026 release window, specifically August 3rd, so she'll be the one to kick off Year 4. Next up is Arjun. The trailer then shifts to a completely different aesthetic. We see this powerful man, and the visuals immediately suggest Bare-knuckle Yoga, and he's huge like the Great Khali, fam. He's shown in what looks like an Indian training dojo, and his movements are strange in the best way possible. It's not the slow, deliberate style of Dalsum. This is explosive. He seems to be inhaling, holding his breath, and then unleashing a breath of what looks like water. The name of the game here is Potential. He could be a stance character, a new kind of grappler, or something we've never seen before. He's scheduled for an autumn 2026 release, which gives us plenty of time to speculate. Then, the trailer cuts to a temple in the background. We see a figure training, and the silhouette is unmistakable for anyone who's played World Tour. It's Bosch. This is a massive reveal. Bosch isn't just some NPC anymore. He's been promoted to the main roster. The trailer shows him using his nayshell fighting style, but with a twist. He's clearly been training with Luke, incorporating modern combat techniques. This is a fantastic way to bring a story character into the competitive fold and makes perfect sense narratively. He's set for a spring 2027 release, rounding out the season. As Ingrid and her monoid vanish, the screen goes black with the Street Fighter VI logo. A new arrangement of a very familiar theme starts to play. And that's when we see it. The gloves, the skirt, the materia, Tifa Lockhart. The crowd at Summer Game Fest went wild, and so did everyone watching from home. And at the end of the trailer, fam, that final moment of the trailer, Tifa shattering the game's logo with a dragon punch as the Street Fighter VI logo falling by the wayside whilst fixing her gloves was the perfect symbolic statement. She's here to break the game in the best way possible. Okay, let's take a closer look at the 3 other characters who aren't from Final Fantasy, because they absolutely deserve a serious look. Year 4 is notable because, aside from Bosch, it's all new faces and a guest character. There are no returning legacy characters from past Street Fighter games, which is a bold move by Capcom. First, Yasmine. Her official bio states she's a high scholar from the Philippines who is searching for her long-lost brother. Her design is fantastic, practical, yet stylish, and the Karen bit is central to her identity. The description mentions she beams with confidence while using it to dance around her opponents. The screams rush down. I'm thinking she'll be a character focused on overwhelming her opponents with speed and mix-ups, maybe with a Rekka-style offense that incorporates knife slashes. The knife might function similarly to how Lucia used her batons, as an extension of her normals and specials rather than just a projectile. She's coming first, on August 3rd, 2026, so we won't have to wait long to see her in action. Next is Arjun, slated for autumn 2026. His backstory is gritty. A former police officer from India. He's on the run after being accused of killing his colleague. This gives his character a darker edge. His style is described as Bare-knuckle Yoga, using extraordinary lung capacity for explosive power. This could be a new resource mechanic. Perhaps he has a breath meter he can charge, similar to Hakan's oil, but instead of a slide, it powers up his special moves. The yoga connection will inevitably draw comparisons to Delson, but everything in the trailer suggests he's an up-close brawler, not a zoner. I'm picturing a character who has to carefully manage his resources to unlock his true power, making him a potentially high-skill ceiling fighter. Finally, let's talk about the prodigal son, Bosch. His inclusion is genius. For anyone who played World Tour, Bosch was our rival, our friend, and ultimately our antagonist. Seeing him return as a fully playable character in spring 2027 is incredible payoff. The bio says he went on to win the Sacred Martial Arts Tournament in Nashville and trained with Luke in Metro City. This is the perfect narrative bridge. He already has a defined moveset in World Tour, but the trailer hints at a major evolution. By adding Luke's modern MMA style to his traditional martial arts, he could be a hybrid character unlike any other. Imagine the classic kicks and acrobatics of his homeland fused with the hard-hitting, target combo heavy style of Luke. He could be the new Shoto archetype for a new generation, a rival character not just for our World Tour avatar, but for the entire cast. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, Tifa Lockhart in Street Fighter. It's happening in early 2027, and with the conclusion of Final Fantasy VII Remake also shown at Summer Game Fest 2026, Tifa jumping into Street Fighter VI is a wild swoop by Capcom. Nakayama said something incredibly important. Everything from her design to movement has been rebuilt as Tifa makes the jump into Street Fighter. This is the key. They aren't just copying and pasting her from Remake, they're adapting her. She's a martial artist first and foremost, a practitioner of Zangen Ryu, so her core concept fits perfectly. But what will her moveset be as she transitions to a fighting game, fam? And her aesthetic, fam? Well, it's her Final Fantasy VII Remake outfit. Yes, her black miniskirt with suspenders, her white tank top over a black one, and her black thigh highs with her red boots, fam. The timing of her release in early 2027 is also perfect marketing, likely aligning with the build-up to the final part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. This keeps both franchises in the spotlight. Make no mistake, Tifa's inclusion is going to bring a massive new audience to Street Fighter VI. Tekken fans have been asking for her for years, and Capcom just swooped in and made it happen. This is a statement. So there you have it. Year 4 of Street Fighter VI is not just a season of DLC. It's an earthquake. We have Yasmine, a lightning-fast knife fighter from the Philippines. Yes fam, look at that shirt with the Philippines flag. We have Arjun, a powerhouse brawler with a unique breath-based mechanic. We have Bosch, the returning rival from World Tour, now a fully fledged member of the roster. And we have Tifa Lockhart, a guest character so massive she transcends the genre. Capcom has set the bar impossibly high. This is, without a doubt, one of the wildest and most ambitious DLC reveals we've ever seen. They are delivering on fan service, narrative payoff, and pure, unadulterated hype. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think of this Year 4 roster? Are you excited for the new original characters, Yasmine and Arjun? What are your thoughts on Bosch getting his main roster debut? And the big one, how hyped are you for Tifa Lockhart? What do you think her reimagined Materia system will be? Drop all your theories, your hype, and your hot takes in the comments below. I want to read every single one. If you like this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more analysis, and fam, this is a wild Year 4 DLC character reveal I've ever seen. Yes fam, it makes so many sense, in the best way possible. Yes, so that is it from me and this breakdown fam. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter. I'll check you in the next one. Danko!